Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and Aussie collectors. Today, we're looking at the top 4 most valuable and expensive commemorative Australian $1 coins. Coins that go far beyond their face value and have become treasures in today's booming collector market. These coins celebrate history, culture, and national pride, but the rarest examples are worth big dollars if found in top condition. Let's get started. First up, the 1996 Sir Henry Parkes $1 coin. This isn't just a piece of pocket change. It's a coin that carries history, artistry, and collector appeal, and depending on its condition, it can demand some serious attention in today's market. If you've got one sitting in a collection or maybe even hiding in an old jar, then this might just be the treasure you've been waiting for. To truly understand the significance of this coin, we have to begin with Sir Henry Parkes himself. Born in 1815, Parkes was a statesman, journalist, and visionary leader who earned the title of the Father of Federation. He championed the idea of uniting the separate colonies of Australia into a single nation, and his dedication to the cause laid the foundation for the Australia we know today. His legacy makes him one of the most celebrated figures in Australian history, and it's only fitting that the Royal Australian Mint chose to honor him on the dollar coin in 1996. The year 1996 was significant because it marked the centenary of Parkes' death, an anniversary that provided the perfect occasion to remember his role in shaping Australia's identity. The Royal Australian Mint, known for blending artistry with history, released this special $1 coin into circulation to both commemorate his life and educate the public about the man behind Federation. For collectors, it quickly became more than just a coin. It became a keepsake of national pride. Now, let's turn our attention to the design of this commemorative coin. On the reverse side, we see a striking portrait of Sir Henry Parkes, wearing his trademark beard and solemn expression, a symbol of his determination and vision. Above him, the text reads, Sir Henry Parkes 1815 to 1896, and just below, he is titled Father of Federation. Alongside his portrait sits the denomination $1, ensuring its place in Australian currency. The designer of this iconic reverse side was none other than Wojciech Pietranic, a highly respected coin sculptor who has designed many of Australia's most beautiful pieces. Pietranic was known for bringing life and character into his work, and his representation of Parkes is no exception. His engraving captures not only Parkes' likeness, but also his aura of leadership and his role as a figure who carried the dream of a united Australia. On the obverse of the coin, we have the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as was standard for Australian coins at the time. This side was designed by Raphael Maclauff, featuring the Queen wearing the royal diadem, facing right. Together, the obverse and reverse reflect both the monarchy and the democratic identity of Australia, with Sir Henry Parkes standing proudly as a man of the people. When it comes to specifications, the coin was struck in aluminium bronze, the same material as the standard circulating $1 coin. It weighs 9 grams, measures 25 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. Although it looks similar in shape and feel to the normal $1 coin, the unique commemorative design instantly sets it apart from everyday change, making it easily recognizable and highly collectible. Now, let's talk about rarity and mintage figures. The 1996 Sir Henry Parkes dollar was not a limited collector-only issue. It was released into general circulation. Millions were minted, but here's the catch. Because it was commemorative, many people set these coins aside when they first saw them. This means that finding them in change today is much harder than it was 30 years ago. Over time, circulation has worn most examples down, making high-grade coins, especially those in uncirculated or very fine condition, much rarer and more desirable. For collectors, condition is everything. A heavily circulated Parkes dollar may only fetch a small premium over face value, but in very fine condition or better, the value climbs significantly. Coins graded uncirculated or in mint rolls are the true gems, and they can command impressive sums depending on the demand at the time. Speaking of demand, the Parkes commemorative coin remains highly sought after in Australia. Collectors of decimal coins always want to complete their sets of circulating commemoratives, and the Parkes dollar stands out as one of the more iconic releases of the 1990s. Its design, historical theme, and the story of Federation give it a lasting appeal that keeps it firmly in the spotlight. So, let's get into the big question: what's it worth today? In circulated condition, you might expect to see this coin selling for anywhere between $3 to $10 Australian, depending on how much wear it has. In very fine or extremely fine condition, values often range between $15 to $40 AUD. But here's where it gets exciting. In uncirculated condition, especially if preserved in mint packaging or proof sets, the Parks dollar can reach $80 to $150 AUD. And if you happen to come across a high-grade, professionally graded coin, values can push even higher. Now, can this coin make you a millionaire? On its own, the Sir Henry Parkes commemorative $1 coin won't quite take you there. But in the world of coin collecting, it's a prime example of how history, rarity, and condition can drive value. Collectors who build large, pristine collections of coins like this one can indeed build portfolios worth hundreds of thousands, even millions, over time. The Parks dollar is a key piece of that bigger picture. Beyond value, this coin tells a story. It bridges the past and the present, reminding us that coins are more than just money. They are miniature time capsules. The Parks dollar connects everyday Australians to their heritage, to the fight for federation, and to a man whose vision united a continent. That's what makes it so special to collectors. If you're hunting for one of these coins, here's a tip. Always check coin dealers, auctions, and online marketplaces where collections are sold. Pay close attention to the condition, and if possible, invest in coins that are certified or come in original mint packaging. Those will hold the most value in the long run. The 1996 Sir Henry Parkes $1 coin is more than just a commemorative release. It's a powerful piece of Australian history you can hold in your hand. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, owning one is like owning a piece of the Federation story itself. So next time you come across an unusual $1 coin, take a closer look. It might just be the Parkes commemorative. And who knows, in the right condition, it could be worth far more than just $1. Next up, the 2006 Australian $1 coin, featuring the legendary Mob of Roo design. At first glance, it may look like just another circulating dollar, but don't be fooled. The story behind this coin, its artistry, and its collector value may surprise you. And in the right condition, this little coin could be worth far more than its face value. Let's start with some history. The Australian $1 coin was first introduced in 1984, replacing the $1 banknote. To give it identity and character, the Royal Australian Mint commissioned the late Stuart Devlin, the official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen, to design its reverse. Devlin's vision was uniquely Australian, choosing to feature a group of kangaroos, 5 in total, leaping together, symbolizing strength, vitality, and the spirit of the nation. This design became instantly iconic and is still recognized around the world as the face of the Aussie dollar. By 2006, the Mob of Roo design had already been circulating for over 2 decades, but each year's issue tells a slightly different story. The 2006 release carried the same beloved design, but represents a new chapter in Australia's decimal coinage history. It's a year when no special commemorative $1 was released into general circulation, meaning the focus remained firmly on the classic kangaroo design, making the standard 2006 issue more appealing to some collectors. Now, let's look closely at the design details. On the reverse, you see 5 kangaroos in motion, each carefully sculpted to capture lifelike energy. Above them sits the denomination $1 in bold Latin script, ensuring clarity and authority. The layout is perfectly balanced, simple yet rich in texture, and instantly recognizable to anyone familiar with Australian money. This is Stuart Devlin's genius, creating a design so timeless that it has endured decades without losing appeal. On the obverse, of course, sits the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as standard for Australian currency in 2006. This particular effigy was the work of Ian Rank Broadley, a sculptor known for his realistic and respectful depiction of the Queen. She faces right, wearing the royal diadem, with her name, Elizabeth II Australia 2006, encircling the portrait. Together, the obverse and reverse carry both national and royal symbols, grounding the coin in Australia's cultural and political heritage. The specifications of the 2006 $1 coin are classic and standard, yet always worth noting. It is struck in aluminium bronze, a golden-colored alloy that is both durable and distinctive. It weighs 9 grams, measures 25 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge interrupted by 7 smooth segments, giving it a distinctive feel in the hand. This combination of technical precision and design consistency makes it both practical for circulation and collectible for enthusiasts. Now, when it comes to rarity, many people assume the 2006 Mob of Roo dollar is just another common coin. And yes, millions were minted for circulation, which means finding one isn't exactly impossible. But what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary is condition. A heavily circulated coin might be worth only face value, but in very good, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition, the value rises sharply. Collectors want the sharpest details, the brightest golden tones, and the cleanest fields possible. There's also the matter of mint sets and proof coins. The Royal Australian Mint produced the 2006 Mob of Roo dollar not only for circulation, but also as part of official year sets and proof issues. These coins, never released into general circulation, were struck with extra care and can display mirror-like finishes or razor-sharp details. As a result, these versions are far more valuable than standard pocket change examples. Now, let's talk about the current market value. In circulated condition, the 2006 Mob of Roo coin usually sells for about $2 to $5 Australian, slightly above face value depending on demand. In very fine to extremely fine condition, collectors may pay $8 to $15 AUD. But here's where things get interesting. In uncirculated condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $20 to $50 Australian dollars, with even higher premiums if they are part of an official mint set. Proof coins, especially in pristine packaging, can sell for $60 to $120 Australian dollars, depending on availability and collector interest. While the 2006 Mob of Roo might not have the legendary rarity of coins like the 1966 wavy baseline 20-cent or the 2001 mule error, it holds a steady and reliable place in the collector market. Its demand is consistent, driven by those who want complete year sets of Australia's $1 coins, as well as international buyers fascinated by the kangaroo design. And in coin collecting, consistency often equals long-term value. Now, here's the big question. Could the 2006 Mob of Roo dollar make you a millionaire? The short answer is no, not on its own. But when combined with a wider collection, or if you happen to discover a rare mint error from that year, the value of your collection could skyrocket. Error coins, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws, are always in high demand, and even a small error on a 2006 dollar could push its value into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Beyond market value, this coin carries another kind of worth, cultural and historical significance. The kangaroo is perhaps the most recognizable symbol of Australia, featured on coins, emblems, and even passports. By owning the 2006 Mob of Roo coin, you're holding a piece of national identity, a reminder of the country's unique wildlife and the artistry of Stuart Devlin, who left a lasting legacy on Australian coinage. For collectors, there's always strategy involved. If you have a 2006 Mob of Roo dollar in very good condition, consider protecting it in a coin holder to preserve its quality. If you're buying, aim for the highest grade possible within your budget, ideally uncirculated or proof. Over time, coins in top condition will always appreciate more strongly than worn examples. Another interesting factor is international demand. Australian decimal coins, especially those featuring kangaroos, enjoy popularity worldwide. Collectors in Europe, North America, and Asia often seek these coins as exotic additions to their collections. That global interest helps sustain their value and makes coins like the 2006 Mob of Roo dollar more liquid in the collector market. The 2006 Australian $1 Mob of Roo coin may seem like an ordinary piece of change, but look closer and you'll see it's a coin full of history, artistry, and quiet value. It connects us back to the vision of Stuart Devlin, to the enduring power of Australia's national symbols, and to the fascinating world of numismatics, where even everyday coins can tell powerful stories. So next time you come across a golden dollar in your change, don't dismiss it too quickly, because if it's a 2006 Mob of Roo in top condition, you might just be holding a coin worth far more than its face value. And who knows, it could be the beginning of a collection that leads to something truly priceless. Next up, the 2002 Australian $1 Year of the Outback coin. At first glance, it may look like just another dollar in your change, but when you dive into its design, symbolism, and collector appeal, you'll see why this coin holds a special place in Australia's decimal coin history. To understand why this coin was issued, we first need to step back into history. The year 2002 was declared the Year of the Outback, a national celebration that highlighted the culture, people, and landscapes of inland Australia. It was a year dedicated to acknowledging the contribution of rural and remote regions, places often referred to as the Outback, to the nation's identity and economy. From cattle stations to Indigenous heritage, the Outback remains one of Australia's most defining features, and the coin was designed to reflect that pride. The reverse design of the coin is striking in its simplicity. Created by talented sculptor Wojciech Pietranek, the design shows a stylized outline of the Australian continent, with the iconic Southern Cross stars superimposed across it. This combination perfectly captures the Outback spirit, the vastness of the land, the clear night skies, and the rugged uniqueness of Australia. Encircling the design is the inscription, Year of the Outback, the denomination $1, and the year 2002. It's simple, modern, and powerfully symbolic. On the obverse, we find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. His effigy of the Queen, first introduced in 1999, was known for its realistic portrayal, mature, dignified, and direct. Around her image are the inscriptions Elizabeth II Australia 2002, which tie the coin into both national and Commonwealth identity. This combination of royal and local imagery makes the coin feel both globally connected and distinctly Australian. The specifications of the 2002 Outback dollar follow the standard format of circulating Australian $1 coins. It was struck in aluminium bronze, giving it that golden tone collectors know well. The coin weighs 9 grams, measures 25 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge with 7 smooth segments. While these technical details may sound ordinary, they are the backbone of Australia's reliable and durable circulating currency. What really makes the 2002 Outback dollar special is its commemorative nature. Unlike the everyday Mob of Roo design, this coin was created to mark a national event. Millions were produced for circulation, which means it isn't a rare coin in the sense of scarcity. However, because of its distinctive design, many Australians set these coins aside in 2002 as keepsakes, and that's why finding one in change today is far less common than you might think. Now let's talk about condition. Your typical 2002 Outback dollar in circulated condition, with scratches, dullness, and general wear, won't command a huge premium. But in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition, the story changes completely. Collectors pay top dollar for coins that still have their original mint shine, sharp edges, and flawless fields. Proof versions, produced in limited numbers for collectors, are especially desirable. Speaking of proof coins, the Royal Australian Mint also issued the 2002 Year of the Outback coin in special collector sets, including proof and uncirculated versions. These coins were struck with extra care, featuring mirror-like surfaces and crisp details. Because they were never intended for circulation, they remain in pristine condition, and their values are significantly higher than standard examples. So, what's the current market value? In circulated condition, this coin usually trades for $2 to $5 Australian, a modest premium over its face value. In extremely fine condition, values can rise to $10 to $20 AUD. For uncirculated coins, you're looking at $25 to $50 Australian. And if you have a proof version in original mint packaging, collectors may pay anywhere from $70 up to $150 Australian, depending on demand. Error versions, should you ever find one, could push into the hundreds. While these values won't make you an instant millionaire, the true beauty of the 2002 Outback coin lies in its long-term potential. Commemorative coins like this one, especially those tied to national celebrations, tend to grow in value over decades as supply tightens and new generations of collectors enter the market. If you're building a collection today, holding on to high-grade examples could be a wise investment for the future. Beyond dollars and cents, This coin has something even more powerful: cultural significance. The Outback is one of Australia's most enduring symbols, representing resilience, remoteness, and connection to the land. To carry that meaning on a coin means every 2002 Outback dollar is also a storytelling piece, a reminder of the landscapes and communities that help define Australia. For collectors worldwide, the 2002 Outback dollar is also a way to own a piece of Australian heritage. International buyers often seek coins that highlight unique aspects of a country, and few themes are more Australian than the Outback itself. That international interest helps keep demand for these coins strong, ensuring their place in numismatic collections across the globe. If you're searching for one of these coins, here's a tip: always look beyond circulation. While finding one in your change is possible, your best bet for high-quality coins is to check with dealers, auctions, and online marketplaces. Look for coins in mint packaging or graded by professional services, as these guarantee authenticity and condition. The 2002 year of the Outback $1 coin is more than just a commemorative issue. It's a golden snapshot of Australian identity, bridging culture, geography, and history in a design you can hold in your hand. Whether you're a serious numismatist or just starting your journey into coin collecting, this is one coin you'll definitely want to add to your collection. So next time you come across an unusual dollar coin, take a close look, because if it has the map of Australia and the Southern Cross stars, you may just be holding a 2002 Outback commemorative. And depending on its condition, that little coin could be worth far more than you realize. Next up, the 1997 Sir Charles Kingsford Smith $1 coin. This circulating commemorative dollar wasn't just another piece of currency. It was a tribute to one of Australia's greatest aviation pioneers. And if you've got one tucked away in your collection, you might be holding onto a piece of history worth more than you think. To understand this coin, we need to know the man it honors. Sir Charles Kingsford Smith, born in 1897, was a true legend of the skies. Nicknamed Smithy, he became famous for his daring flights, most notably piloting the Southern Cross aircraft across the Pacific Ocean in 1928. A feat that made him a household name. His bravery and vision helped shape Australia's aviation industry, opening up the skies for future generations. Tragically, he died in 1935 during a flight over the Andaman Sea, but his legacy has never been forgotten. The 1997 commemorative $1 coin marked the centenary of Kingsford Smith's birth. The Royal Australian Mint chose to honor him with a special design that would enter everyday circulation, ensuring that Australians could hold a piece of his story in their hands. Millions of these coins were released, but as you'll soon discover, condition and demand are what separate the ordinary examples from the truly valuable ones. Let's look at the reverse design. Crafted by talented coin sculptor Wojciech Pietranek, the artwork features a portrait of Sir Charles Kingsford Smith wearing his pilot's helmet, a determined and visionary expression on his face. Behind him, we see his famous aircraft, the Fokker F.7/3M trimotor, affectionately named the Southern Cross. This was the very plane he flew during his groundbreaking trans-Pacific journey, forever linking his name with aviation history. The inscriptions on the reverse are laid out in bold, clear lettering. Sir Charles Kingsford Smith 1897 to 1935, alongside the denomination $1. The combination of portrait and aircraft makes this design one of the most dynamic and story-rich of all commemorative dollars, instantly appealing to collectors and history buffs alike. On the obverse side, as with all Australian coins of the era, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Designed by Raphael Maclouf, this effigy shows the Queen wearing the royal diadem, facing right. Around her portrait, the inscriptions Elizabeth II Australia 1997 circle the coin, balancing out the commemorative reverse with the familiar official obverse. In terms of specifications, this coin follows the standard model of the circulating Australian $1 coin. It is struck in aluminium bronze, giving it that distinctive golden color. The coin weighs 9 grams, has a diameter of 25 millimeters, and features a distinctive reeded edge with 7 smooth segments. While these technical features may sound ordinary, they form the foundation of a coin built to endure circulation while carrying a special story. Now, let's talk about rarity. The 1997 Sir Charles Kingsford Smith dollar was not an extremely limited issue. Millions were minted for circulation, which means you may still come across one in your change. However, the vast majority of these coins have been heavily circulated. Finding one in truly excellent condition is becoming increasingly difficult, and that's where rarity and value begin to climb. Collectors place a premium on condition. A circulated coin with scratches and dullness might only be worth a small premium above face value. But in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition, the 1997 Smithy dollar transforms from a common coin into a valuable collector's item. Even higher values are reserved for proof coins issued in limited sets, which are struck with special techniques to give them a flawless, mirror-like finish. The market demand for this coin is strong. Aviation enthusiasts, coin collectors, and Australians with a passion for history all seek out the Smithy Commemorative. Because Kingsford Smith remains such a celebrated national hero, his coin enjoys lasting appeal, not just as a numismatic collectible, but as a piece of cultural identity. This strong, steady demand is one of the main reasons the value of the coin continues to hold firm. Now, the big question, what's it worth? In circulated condition, these coins usually sell for $2 to $5 depending on where. In extremely fine condition, values can rise to $10 to $20 AUD. An uncirculated example, especially one kept safe since 1997, can fetch anywhere from $30 to $60 AUD. Proof versions in original mint packaging can reach $100 to $150, depending on condition and demand at the time of sale. While the 1997 Sir Charles Kingsford Smith dollar won't make you an overnight millionaire, it's still an excellent coin to own, especially in top condition. The real wealth in collecting comes when you build complete collections of commemorative coins like this one. Over time, a portfolio of rare, uncirculated, or proof commemorative dollars can easily be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars, making coin collecting not only a hobby, but also an investment. Beyond money, this coin carries another kind of value, historical memory. It connects us to the daring flights of Sir Charles Kingsford Smith, to his pioneering spirit, and to Australia's place in global aviation history. Holding this coin is like holding a miniature tribute to a man who dreamed big and helped a nation reach the skies. For anyone wanting to collect this coin, the best advice is simple: look for the highest grade you can find. Uncirculated coins, or those preserved in mint sets, will always appreciate more strongly than circulated examples. And if you find a proof version, consider it a true treasure worth keeping long-term. In conclusion, the 1997 Sir Charles Kingsford Smith $1 coin is more than just a piece of change. It's a golden tribute to a national hero, a collectible with growing value, and a reminder of Australia's pioneering spirit. Whether you're an experienced